guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rissa, aka Rissa Explains It All, where I go over whatever I want to go over. And today, I know I move my hands and my arms too much, so I put my microphone on my glasses because I actually have a whole packet that I'm going to be going over with you guys. Today's video, as you read the caption, is my 5-year Sono Bello update. Can't believe it's been 5 years since I've had this procedure done. So I want to go over the most asked questions in all of my videos and lay it all out for you guys so you don't have to ask any more questions. But before we do that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I think I'm like 15 subscribers away from 10,000 finally. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button, thumbs up, and let's get into it. Okay guys, I have the original. I kept everything. I kept like all of the paperwork they gave me, the notes. I have it all. The number one question that I have been asked on all my videos, even though I've said it a million times, is the cost. I'm going to post a little screenshot of this so you guys can see. Now, this was a quote from 2020. Prices may have gone up since then. There's different promotions, different things that they do. However, my price was $1,745 per area, so 1,745, and I had the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen, and my waist done. And then I also was given a $250 special per area, so that brought it down to whatever that was. It was like a June promo they were doing. And then the pre-op appointment was $495. The diamond recovery kit was $349. And then there was a surgical fee, which was $1,995, taxes. So the total came to $8,107.16. But with the discounts and everything, it ended up being $6,657.16. Also, I do get asked a lot where I went and who was my doctor. I lived in LA at the time, so I went to the location in Beverly Hills. It is on Wilshire Boulevard. If you want the exact address, it's 9033 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 100. I'm not sure if they're still there. I'm assuming they are, but that is where I went. And then my doctor, let me find, they put a little picture of your doctor in here. My doctor was Dr. John Sue, I believe. And it has all of his credentials, where he went to school, where he did his internships, all of that stuff. Highly recommend Mr. John. He was great. So number one was price. The question was, how much did you pay? And I will tell you guys, this goes off of your BMI. I'll put the price sheet up again because at the top, you're going to see my BMI. My BMI was 29. Now, if you guys have watched my other videos, I've said that my little sister also got this procedure done, and her BMI was less than mine, so her procedure only came out to like 5,000 or 4,500, something like that. It does go off your BMI. The more weight you hold or more fat you store, it's going to be more for you to get it taken out because there's more to take out. My BMI was 29. This also is pricing from 2020. So I don't know if you can necessarily go off of my pricing today because of just inflation and all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world, but this is what I paid when I went in 2020. This is an invasive surgery. So you will get local anesthesia. You're not going fully asleep, you're awake. However, I will tell you, because of the medication, you're not really all there, so to speak. Like, stuff's going on and things like that, but it's not like you're asleep, and no, you're just really heavily sedated, I guess. I wouldn't say it's painful. You'll feel the numbing. The numbing is probably the worst part of it, just because you have nothing in your skin yet that is going to protect you from the pain. So when they go in with the numbing, that does hurt a little bit. It's like a sting, but other than that, the actual procedure doesn't hurt. So when they go in and start taking out the fat and all of that, you're not going to feel it. You'll feel some pressure, but you're not going to feel anything. So if you have surgery anxiety, just know it's not painful, at least to me. Now, everyone's pain tolerance is different. I have a very high pain tolerance, but the most that there was that hurt was the actual numbing process. Again, though, you're so sedated, it's like, I don't know. And the numbing doesn't even take that long. Also, not really a question, but a comment I've seen a lot. This is not a weight loss surgery. So Do not go in expecting to lose 20 pounds from this. This is a contour. It even says it on the paper. It says Tri-Sculpt body contouring. So it contours your body. So if you don't really have a shape, it's going to kind of carve out, whatever shape you're going for. I will say you will lose some weight because they're taking fat out. I think I lost like 7 pounds. Once the swelling and everything went down, I weighed myself and I was 7 pounds lighter than what I started. If you want to do a weight loss, I suggest, well, not medically recommended, but I would say look into a GLP-1. And I actually think I'm going to check their website right now. I think they offer GLP-1 now. So stomach fat removal, tummy tuck, mommy makeover, GLP-1 weight loss support. So they do offer GLP-1s now. I'm fully transparent. I do not care if I tell you guys how I lose weight, what I do procedure-wise, plastic surgery-wise. So I am on a GLP-1. I've been on a GLP-1 since August. I have lost 25 pounds. Now that I've done both the surgery and also the GLP, I can still see my results. My results have not went away. The biggest thing with this contour surgery is that you want to maintain a healthy diet. You want to maintain working out and kind of still targeting those core areas that you went in to get help with. I've seen people who get the surgery and they'll make a video saying they're botched because after the surgery, they went back to their normal habits and didn't maintain or try to change their lifestyle. So you definitely have to work to keep the results. The fat won't actually migrate to that area since they're getting rid of the fat cells in the troubled areas, but the fat will migrate to other areas. Now in the last 5 years I haven't been perfect and just maintained my weight. I fluctuate a lot. So when I would get heavier in weight, the fat would go to my arms instead of my stomach. My stomach would stay pretty flat, to be honest. Or they would go to my thighs. I didn't have surgery in my arms or my thighs. So your fat will find somewhere else to migrate to. So keep that in mind if you get this procedure done and then decide not to maintain it. You're going to notice weight gain in other areas. Hopefully it's the butt, but for me, it's not. I think I'm going to go into the post-op questions now. Some of the main questions I've gotten on post-op are, did you get a lymphatic drainage? I did not. However, I highly recommend. They also highly recommend. They did not offer like an in-house lymphatic drain massage. So if they did, I would have gotten it, but I highly do recommend because I do have a little bit of scar tissue in my lower abdomen. It's nothing crazy, but I know if I would have actually went and invested in a lymphatic massage, that probably wouldn't have happened. We were just kind of doing our own at home, but highly recommend. They do not offer it unless something new that they offer now, but when I went, they did not offer it. But they do offer you like a faja and arnica, whatever those pills are, after the surgery, as well as some medication for pain. They'll offer you like a post-op recovery kit. They're not offering it. It's a part of the package. So you will get that. And as far as the faja goes, I would recommend, I wore it for up to 6 months. It is obviously not ideal to want to wear, but if you want to keep the shape and train the body, then you'll want to keep it on for at least 6 months. Also, another thing I had questions about is post-op pain and walking. So I would say when you first get back from the surgery and you take your nap, because you'll want to take a nap, and then you wake up, that's when you'll experience the most pain. And it's when you stand up. It's like everything just rushes down, and it's like a burning sensation, I would say. But it really starts to subside on day 2. So it's just really that first initial day when all your pain meds wear off, which they will prescribe you more so that, if you are feeling like, ow, this hurts too much, you'll have something to take to help with that. But after day 2, I would say like it starts to subside pretty substantially. Now, people always ask me, can you walk? You're walking, well, you're getting wheelchaired out of the operation room. However, you can walk because you're going to have to walk into your house and get in your bed and all that to rest. But I would say by day 3, you're officially like good to walk. And then within a week, you can start walking. And, not, you don't want to do any strenuous workout. So you don't want to be like running and jumping and being crazy because your incisions are still there. But walking is pretty okay. And they'll also tell you and clear you, like if you go into I think it was after a week, you go in for your post op appointment and you can ask them, like, hey, can I start doing this exercise? And they'll tell you yes or no. But I'm pretty sure I didn't start officially working out until like maybe month 3. You can still walk and, that kind of stuff, but nothing too crazy because you don't want to reopen incision points. Which brings me to my next thing. The incisions they're very small. So they're not getting sewed up. They're open and they can leak. I always like to caution people who have keloid skin like me that you will scar. So if you do not like scars because you have that type of skin, then maybe rethink this procedure because you will get keloid type scars, and I'll show you guys mine. So it's going to look something like that, which it's not terrible, but you can obviously see that's where they went in. Another comment or question I got is, do they do skin removal? And I did not get that, but looking at their website, they do have excess skin removal on there. So if you do have excess skin that you want removed, you can ask about that when you get your liposuction. I did not get it. I did not get a tummy tuck. They do offer that too, from what I can see. But basically, all of their information is on their website. If you go on there, they'll have different procedures. They won't have the cost because you do have to get a consultation. It's per person type of thing. Like, no one person's going to have the same consultation price or procedure price, so you have to go in. The next thing is payment plans. They do offer I think with care credit. I think they have like an in-house one. And then they allow, if you do finance and you want to hold a appointment for your surgery, they require a $500 deposit. So keep that in mind. That could have changed, but I'm not quite sure. So it looks like enhance and special financing. I don't know what those are. Those are like the financing companies, but it might vary per location. I'm not really quite sure, but also you can go over that in your consultation. And also, too, I want to let you guys know, if you put money down and you think you may be pregnant, they will require you to take a pregnancy test right before your surgery and before they give you meds. So keep that in mind. I literally think that's it. Like, I don't think there's any other questions. We went over BMI, pricing, pre-op, post-op, pain, walking, exercising. Like, I can't really think of anything else. However, I probably did miss something because there's over 5,000 comments on that first video. So I probably did miss something, but I think the price and the BMI is the most important. But again, you're just going to have to go get a consultation to see where you're at price wise, and then you can set up either a pay in full with them or you can do financing. So they're pretty flexible. But yeah, guys. Oh, also, most important part, you guys want to see some before and after pictures again. So I'll post some pictures here at the end of the video so you guys can see what I'm looking like now versus what I looked like when I went in. So before we get into those, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you for coming along on this journey. If you guys have any GLP questions, I guess let me know down below and maybe I'll do a video on that. But if not, then enjoy these photos and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.